Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us. Those of you who are here, almost any day of the week at fields across the Cayman Islands, you can find boys, girls, men, women coming together to kick around a round ball back and forth. That's in essence the game of football. Sprinkle in some skill and some coaching, and then you will surely discover why they call it the beautiful game. Thank you very much for joining us here for the first ever Cayman Sports Buzz Footballer of the Year Awards. Those of you who are here and those who are watching online and on television as well. Those who don't know me, my name is Ben Mead. I'm the editor of Cayman Sports Buzz. That's the fancy way to say I'm the one who's in short pants running up and down all weekend getting sweaty, doing all the hard work. Why are we here? It's very simple. We're here to celebrate those who have shown excellence in the field of play during the 2016-17 football season. But before we get to the awards themselves, I'm going to ask a gentleman who, in his sleep, knows more about football than I ever will in my lifetime. Ladies and gentlemen, I invite the counselor in the Ministry of Sports, Mr. David White, to share a few remarks with you.
Ladies and gentlemen, award winners, coaches, family and friends, good evening. As a lifelong football fan and former player, it is my pleasure to have been asked to deliver brief remarks at the first ever Cayman Sports Buzz Footballer of the Year Awards. Through my involvement in sports from my childhood days, I understand the importance of the structure and discipline that sports plays in the development of young people. Some of my fondest memories growing up came from my days on the pitch as a member of Bayreuth. Rivalries that formed on the pitch have blossomed into friendships that have survived the test of time. That is part of the value that sports plays in building communities. I would like to congratulate RTM Solutions through their Cayman Sports Buzz brand on hosting these awards. It shows that this is one of the ways that members of the community can give back and help promote the many positives that our young people are doing each day. To the winners, I offer my congratulations. Hopefully, this will not be the end of the road for you. Earlier this week, we celebrated the accomplishments of our very own Sebastian Martinez, who has signed a professional contract to play in Portugal. Let that also be an inspiration to you, and hopefully one day we'll be doing the same for some of you. Thank you. Ben, I just want to congratulate you on putting this on. This is something that brings all of us together, former players, and Monday night, with the Sebastian Award, we saw a lot of former players, and it brings back former players that we can see each other. And I see Gilly, Chemist, Nilo of our olden days, and it makes us feel young again. So I would just like to congratulate you and thank you for doing this award.
Thank you very much. Thank you. That's no problem. You could sit wherever you like. Ladies and gentlemen, it was about a year ago when a mother of a football player approached me and said, "What can be done to continue inspiring young people?" And I said, "I don't know. I have no answers." And she said at that time, and this is not a knock on anybody because the association was going through its own transition and its own difficulties. There were no awards the previous season. She said, "What can you do?" I thought about it and quickly came up with the idea of the Cayman Sports Buzz Football of the Week. To me, it was what I called just a token, a piece of paper, a photo op, a write-up, and a gift certificate from a business place. First place I stopped was a little store on West Bay Road. When I went in, I did not even finish making my pitch before the Montoya family said instantly, didn't ask what it took in terms of cost or anything, let us do it. That's their commitment to football, and these are the partnerships I'd like to celebrate. And one of the things they did at Footballista World, when we did the Football of the Week awards, every winner each week, and you would have seen some of the names on the screen, their names were put into a draw. And those names have remained in a sealed box. Well, not sealed. It has an opening to do a draw. And we're going to do that draw now. So I'm going to ask the representatives from Footballista World to come on up. They're both coming up. We have Alfredo and Akisha from Footballista World.
Good evening. Just to reiterate what Ben said, the Footballista World and Cayman Sportsbuzz partnership has been extremely rewarding. We were able to identify numerous football talents through the Primary League, through the Premier League, the Women's League, who have talent in different ways, whether it's skills or just teamwork or working really hard. And they all got the opportunity to insert their name into this box. So I just want to say congratulations to everyone who has got the opportunity to put their name in the box and be called a Footballer of the Week. You know, that is a big accomplishment. So without further ado, we're going to draw a name from the box. Does anyone want to be the person to draw a name? No? Okay, Ben? Okay.
Let's get Coach Gigi to help out.
Open?
Yeah. So we're going to open it. We haven't opened it before.
See, sealed very tight. Nobody knows the names in there.
Close the eye and put it in.
Okay.
Thank you.
The winner is Roderick Pearson. We'll contact Roderick separately, but congratulations.
Yes, and Roderick is one of those players who we bought him a gift certificate to Footballista World. Word that has reached me is he says he's not going to even cash it in. That goes along with the certificate he got because he won Football of the Week. He never thought there would exist an award like this that he could celebrate, so he has it as a token. So it shows that every little bit that we as a community do can help. I want to call Alfredo and Akisha from Footballista World back up here because I told you I did not complete the pitch and they came on board. I would not be here doing this award ceremony with you guys today if they did not see the wisdom in supporting us in doing the weekly award. So I just want to present them with a small token to tell them thank you for their invaluable support over the past year. So we get now to why we're all here this evening and those of us who are looking. You'd have seen the Footballers of the Week. That is one factor into determining the Footballer of the Year. Those of you who are in the room could tell that two of the people who will be getting awards won Footballer of the Week. But sometimes you have a great game and you believe that's the one, and then you go to another game and somebody does something special. There's so much quality football being done, so everybody couldn't win. Some leagues ran longer than the others, so some people had greater opportunities. That was one determining factor. We created a short list. I created a short list of a few players and then got some other footballing minds to help me whittle it down, narrower, and then we debated who deserved what. Some were easier than the others, and some were no-brainers. It became tough. And there's a tie for one of the awards if you've been following us on Facebook or even hearing on the radio. And when we started and said we were going to do the Football of the Year awards, it was one. It was going to be one. And then the momentum continued, and I said, well, I can't just do one. Let's separate male and female because there's so many great footballers. And a few weeks went by and I said, well, it can't just be two, because there's so many young people who tend to get overshadowed, the younger ones. It's almost unfair to compare them against the older ones, and some people play in multiple leagues. So we said, all right, we're going to do an emerging footballer of the year. So that became 3 awards. Then we said, no, it has to be fair. If there's a male and female Football of the Year, you have male and female emerging footballer of the year. So I will speak about one of our emerging footballer of the year winners. Our female emerging footballer of the year. She played for Cayman Prep in the PSA competitions. She also played for Sunset Football Club in the CFA under 13, under 15, and under 18 girls leagues. Not counting the FA Cups, she scored 1 goal in the under 13 league, 3 goals in the under 15 league, and 7 goals in the under 18 league. You realize, as the competition got tougher, she rose to the occasion. That's what we look for. I even recall her scoring a hat-trick in one of the FA Cup finals, so I can't tell you how many goals in total she scored, but her skill goes beyond scoring goals. I think she plays in the midfield. Her game is not just about scoring goals. She's an energizer bunny. When I asked one of her coaches, Gisela Gamba, what made her special, she said, to me, it's her determination, passion, and willingness to do whatever it takes to help the team get a victory. I wish that after watching her, the other girls can get the same passion and motivation that she does when she plays. It's very nice to coach her. And I wish I had a coach who would say those things about me. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2016-17 Cayman Sports Buzz Emerging Footballer of the Year. I'm very pleased, the first award going to Molly Kehoe of Sunset Football Club. Come on up. And in addition to getting a trophy that I'm going to give to her, she's gotten a gift certificate from Winner's Circle Sports and as well from Cayman Cabana as well. Here you go, Molly. Congratulations. Here you go. You're welcome. Congratulations, Molly, and I agree with Gigi. Let your play be an example to other young ladies, other young men, to keep working hard and shining whenever you're called upon. Our male emerging footballer of the year. He played in the CFA Under 17 Boys League, the Under 21 Men's League, and the Cayman Premier League. He's also a member of the National Under 20 Men's Team. He was, without hesitation, the first choice keeper for Cayman Athletic in the youth leagues he played. He also joined the Premier League team at the age of 16. He was given a shot in goal, and nobody else has stood between the pipes for Cayman Athletic. This is a 16-year-old playing against the best players in the Cayman Islands. Also, his coaches call on him to take free kicks, penalties, and he finds the back of the net as well. So he knows how to stop them from going in, and he knows how to get them going in. When I asked his coach about him, he said one of the things that makes him a special player is that he is so coachable. He's very disciplined. He is one player that I can't even recall in all the years that I've been coaching to have had to discipline for any reason. He's a very coachable player and a phenomenal kid. It's just a joy to be associated with him and coaching him. That's the one and only Coach Ernie Gilly Seymour speaking about Albertini Holness. Congrats.
Perfect, thank you.
And Albertini, one more, just like Molly, you've received a gift certificate for Winner's Circle Sports and for Cayman Cabana as well. Thank you. Some were easier than others. This one, to me, I didn't need a panel to tell me about it. There are lots of quality female players on the island, but when you look at what happened this year, there was only one real choice. She only scored 4 goals in the CFA Women's League, but she set up so many more. As a captain, her play motivated others to elevate their game just to try and match half of what she was doing. She led her team to the trifecta of titles, the League, President's Cup, and FA Cup. I asked her coach again what makes her special. She says she's special because she started from a very young age and has worked hard to get where she is now. Her skill is just amazing, and I think she can do amazing things. She's very special in terms of leading the team. She motivates the rest of the team because she is so capable of doing many things. Ladies and gentlemen, the first ever Cayman Sports Buzz Female Footballer of the Year goes to Shanice Monteith of Elite Sports Club. Oh. Here you go. You're welcome.
At middle school, she begged me to be Mr. Hoyle, make up play with the boys.
So it seems as though Cayman Athletic wants to recruit her back to play with the men's team. Along with her trophy, Shanice got a gift certificate from Artista Hair Salon and as well a dinner at the Marriott, compliments of RTM Solutions. Now this is where it got tough because there was lots of back and forth about who was the standout player among all the males in various leagues. And after doing different spreadsheets, trying different things, still couldn't find the separation because two special players for two different reasons. The first one, at 20 years old, he led the Cayman Premier League in scoring with 17 goals, playing in the midfield most of the time, by the way. He did this with a knack of capitalizing when his team needed him the most and spurred them to finish in the top half of the table. Whenever I was out there, he always seemed to be having fun, and he never gave up on a play. He was always trying to will himself and his team back into the game. His coach said he is a very committed player in everything that he does. Throughout the year, he worked hard to become a better footballer. From the start to when he ended the season, he didn't change his commitment. He was always very thorough. He is a very committed young man who has a real positive attitude to his football, and that is infectious across the team. The next player is a special player, and you often know a player's worth. You see them on the field, you know they're a good player. Tell you what, try taking them off the field and see how good their team is without them. To me, that's when you can tell a great player because they're great in their absence. You take them away, and what they could do there, their team can't do without them. I witnessed that firsthand. He originally started as a forward, I'm told, some time back. He moved to defense because his coach had a need there and he was willing. He played in the midfield this season, although if you've been at any of the Cayman Premier League games, you'd have seen him moving from attacking to defensive, wherever, taking free kicks. I think the others had to beg to take a free kick. He was so determined to will his team on. He's the emotional leader of his team, a team of many solid players. Other players on the team have won many awards, have had national duty. His side won the FA Cup and the Cayman Premier League and were runners-up in the President's Cup. His coach said his work rate makes him special. In training, he puts out the effort. In matches, he puts out even more effort. His conditioning is great. That is why his work rate is so high, and I love coaching this young man. That second player is Carl Solomon from Bodentown Football Club. The other footballer who tied with him as the joint Male Footballer of the Awards, Jonah Ebanks from Academy Sports Club. Gentlemen, I invite you guys to come on up. This is Carl. And don't get anywhere. Jonah. Thank you. And then maybe one of the two of you together with your award. And before you go, gentlemen, you both get farm to table harvest dinners compliments of Cayman Cabana, as well as Artista Hair Salon, who tells you they do more than just ladies. They do many services for men, and they figured guys like you could deserve some pampering. So Jonah, that's yours. Carl, that's yours. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, the serious part is over. The reason why we came is over. Those are the awards. We remain committed to carrying out our role in the community, being a partner of the athletes, the coaches, the administrators in highlighting our young people. We will be doing the Cayman Sports Buzz Football of the Week again, and hopefully we won't wait this late in the year. Next year, had to deal with some other personal matters. We will have our second Football of the Year awards next summer after the leagues are finished. That's my commitment, and as long as I'm standing, it's going to happen. I use this opportunity to say to the business community, a lot can happen by doing a little. Let us all support the young people. It doesn't have to be in sports, whether it's in academia, whether it's in community groups, whatever. Because we hear so much bad about the young people in our community. If we just spend a little bit, it doesn't have to take you bucket loads of money or fat checkbook. You can do bit by bit to help the young people. Ladies and gentlemen, I do want to thank Cayman Life TV for being here with us and providing streaming. And the ceremony will also be shown on Cayman Life TV on Logic Cable. I'd like to thank Cayman Cabana for all the gift certificates they provided. Winners Circle as well for the gift certificates they've provided, as well as Artista Salon, and of course Footballista World. They made last season's awards possible. Thanks to David Goddard Photography for being here with us as well. Ladies and gentlemen, I thank you very much. Thanks for your support. Remember, if you support us, we'll be there to continue supporting the community. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter. I'm old-fashioned, but we've gone on to Instagram now, so you could catch us there. And of course, Cayman Sports Buzz is there. And once the season starts, just like last season, we will have a ticker at the top of our page with all the football scores. We'll add more sports there. And before I go, also pointing out that we're not just about celebrating football. We have one or two other awards in other sports areas that are coming, because we do believe by uplifting the young people, we may inspire them to keep going on. And if we can play just one tiny fraction of what it takes to inspire a young person to pursue their dream, we would have done our job. And I can sleep comfortably at night. And the final bit of thanks I have to give is to my wife. I'm not home on Saturday. I'm not home on Sunday. Sometimes I'm gone during the week in the evenings, and I'm up early writing because I have what I call real work to do in order to make Cayman Sports Buzz happen. I have to go do what pays the bills and then find time to do this. So to my wife, Mona Lisa, you allow me to get out the house. Maybe she's happy to not have me there, but I don't know. But she allows me, and when I don't go, she's like, why aren't you going today? So I want to thank her. I want to thank all of you for being here today. Thank you.